Hello everyone, welcome to a LEGO Star Wars set review. Take a look at set number 75386, Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon Battle. This set contains 289 pieces, 4 minifigures, and released officially on June 1st of 2024, and is based off of Season 3, or Season 3's finale of The Mandalorian. If you do go on to enjoy this review, make sure to hit that like button as well as subscribe. Let's get into this review. So, having a look at the main build, it definitely looks like that kind of the scene that happened in the finale, or, I don't know, the finale episodes, where the Mandalorians go to Mandalore and they find out there's an Imperial base with Moff Gideon, and there's like a whole standoff with Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon, or more like the Imperial Praetorian Guards, but that's, if you watch the scene, you know. But anywho, let's go over the details. So I think from a front-facing end of here, this looks pretty cool. You have a crate, which is similar to the one included in the battle pack that was released this year. Also inside is a thermal detonator. That's cool. I do like the consistency, though, and that just sits on a jumper. Kind of optional if you want to have it there or not. There is some jumpers, studs exposed if you want to display some minifigures. We'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, the only stickers I can recall that are with this set aren't that many. So you have some detailing at the top here on some tiles, and then I think if you turn it around, there is another sticker in the corner here, and just removing that little tile, you can see it's got some Arabish as well as like Moff Gideon's light cruiser. So nice little Easter egg to an older set. I don't mind it at all. Just trying to think where that other sticker is. Oh, that's a piece that likes to fall off. That little lamp, pesky lamp. There we go. You got some side door detailing, that's on both sides. That's okay. Not really something you're really gonna see, so I probably could have lived without that sticker, but hey, details. Gotta love it, I guess. I like the rock work overall. It looks very nice. Play features as well, since we're talking about it. You got a little stud shooter turret that you can fit a minifigure. In fact, you can take like the included Moff Gideon figure and sit him or stand him on top of this and just have him like rolling around. I don't think that makes sense, but it's a play feature. Why not, I guess? And if you don't know how stud shooters work, you just take your index finger and just kind of press down and it'll fire off a stud. So that's cool, I guess. But yeah, also you can remove the tower, and inside the instructions tell you to store the extra ammunition. I also store Moff Gideon's hairpiece because he can swap out the helmet or the hairpiece. So it's just nice storage overall, and it just sits on a brick technique right there, like so. So not too stuck, not too loose, just the right amount of clutch power overall. But this is actually kind of interesting. You got a little mechanism for the door here, and I'm just going to open it from the back end so you guys can see how this works. You lift it up, and that little Technic thing rises up. You want to lift it all the way up so it goes underneath, and boom, it sits there. And basically there is, if I can zoom in properly for you guys, if you guys can see right there, there's a little Technic ball joint sticking there where if you lift this up, it'll kick it out of the way. But it holds it there pretty well, I would say, all things considered. It does, like, sag on one side a little bit, but overall, the technique is very well executed for having the door stay open. I mean, if you're displaying this set, it does look a little bit ugly having it like this, admittedly, but it's a play feature, you know, like, this is like a play scale battle set. I think ultimately the only issue I really have with this is that I wish this is like, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 studs wider for a platform, because admittedly, when you want to try and display these minifigures that are included to try and make it look like they're fighting, I mean, with the door open, sure, you can get a lot of that space you're looking for, but you can tell already just how filled up it's getting, and then you're kind of stuck wondering where the heck you put Moff Gideon, so it kind of becomes a bit of a challenge. So just, yeah, that extra bit of studs space would have made all the more of a difference, on top of one more minifigure inclusion, but we'll talk about that when we get to the minifigures. But yeah, just a space for 2 more minifigures, at the very least, would have been very nice and would have gone a long way. Anywho, I don't really think there's much else to mention about this build other than if you have the battle pack that released with this set, you can connect it like so. So you do have a clip attachment right here, so you can just attach right there. So that's how that would look. Cool. Or you could attach it right here, like so. I love that lamppost popping off. And then, boom, attach it like that if you kind of wanted to have some more cave details. So, not sure how I feel about the added DLC, but it's a nice option, I guess. I just, yeah, would have loved more space there overall. Anywho, like I said, I don't think there's much else to really talk about other than that stupid lamppost. So, yeah, there's a clip there if you want to have some weapons storage, I guess. Yeah, not much else to say. So, let's move on to the minifigures included with this set. Taking a look at the first two minifigures, you have the Imperial Praetorian, I don't know how I'm pronouncing that right, Imperial Praetorian Guard? I hope I pronounced that right. I don't know. Correct me in the comment section down below how to pronounce it. But yeah, these figures, I'm only showing off both of them just because of how their weapons are differently built, which is cool. Helps differentiate between the two. In the actual scene, though, there was 3 of these guys, and it's kind of a bummer you only get 2. But I know what you're going to say. TMOG, the third one comes in the advent calendar. You could get a third one from the advent calendar instead of bricklinking it. And yeah, totally. I have the advent calendar one here, and having all 3 is nice, but not everyone buys advent calendars, and it would have been nice to have all 3 because, I mean, outside of the advent calendar, you really going to buy another copy of the set just to get a third figure? Like, nah, you're going to end up bricklinking that, so... Yeah, anywho, moving on to the figures, I do like how they look overall. The only nitpicks I guess I have is I wish there would have been a waist cape, or if not, I wish they would have had the gown piece. Now, I know someone's going to say you can't really pose the figures that way, but if we're going for accuracy here. If we're not going to get waist capes, I think another way to tackle it would have been the gown piece. Just, I don't know, the legs don't seem to do it enough justice. I also would have preferred some, like, shoulder armor, but I don't think that would have been compatible with these helmets, which do look nice, so I guess I would have settled for maybe some arm printing of shoulder armor of sorts. Just would have gone the long way in terms of how the figure looks. So, yeah, I don't know. That's how I would have changed the figure, but yeah, underneath the helmet, it just is a red head, so... Cool. I mean, we don't need to see their faces, but I don't know what I'm expecting here, but cool, I guess. Cool inclusions. Not much else to say. Let's look at the other figures. For the third minifigure, you have Vizsla. Now, you might think this figure is not exclusive. What's the deal? Well, I actually have the original figure right here to give a comparison of sorts. So right off the bat, you can tell the helmet is different from these two guys. I mean, it might not be apparent at first, but just give it an extra stare. You can kind of see what the differences are. Mainly just the big old T right there that makes up the visor. Also, the handheld minigun build is different, or the older version could have you attach it to the backpack, where this one actually seems more accurate, I would say. So, yeah, not much differences to tell with the armor on. So, let's strip this guy down of his armor and have a look at the other differences. Now, admittedly, these two torsos look pretty identical, but I think the best way to tell the differences is the color of the satchel here. Just kind of getting this close, you can kind of tell what I'm talking about, where the older one is using gold, whereas the newer one is using silver. Just small details like that kind of make it so you can tell the difference. I don't really notice a difference with the back, so I guess, yeah, the only real change we got was with the helmets. And for me, that's fine. I still feel like I have a unique minifigure compared to these two, and it just, I guess, feels more accurate. I don't see any issue owning both of these, so I don't think anyone who has the older version will have an issue owning the new one. I don't know. But yeah, not much to say about this minifigure, so let's have a look at the final figure. So, for the final figure, we have Moff Gideon in his Mandalorian-esque outfit. I actually really like this figure, although I do have one flaw with it. It's technically inaccurate. I mean, I wish he came with the weapon. I still need to go rewatch the episode to see what weapon there was. I mean, I could probably throw an image on screen on if he did have a weapon, what that was. But, yeah, my biggest issue is he doesn't come with a cape. And the cape that he came with his old figure would have performed perfectly with this figure. I don't know why they didn't include it with this figure. Maybe just, I don't know, same excuse as waist capes of, oh, it overlaps with the jetpack. It wouldn't sit properly anywhere. Whatever nonsense excuse they can come up with, or just budgetary reasons. I don't know. I'm just saying it would have been great. But yeah, anywho, let's remove this helmet, and you can see the double-sided facial expression. So I have him as a bit angry, but if we throw on that hairpiece, you can see just how angry he is. And before anyone says, oh, that's not Moff Gideon, yeah, he did shave the mustache in Season 3, so that's all right, I guess. Removing the jetpack, though, you are able to have a better look at that back torso print as well as that alternate facial expression. He's got a bit more of a calm, determined look compared to his angry face. But let's actually look at what this figure would look like if it did have that cape that I mentioned earlier. Oh, yeah, I really think that this really adds to the minifigure overall. Like, just look at his on-screen appearance. Like, come on, tell me that doesn't look sick. Now, if anyone's curious, this cape is going for around $5 plus shipping as of the time of this recording. So if you wanted to upgrade your Moff Gideon Mandalorian figure, you can too for just a small price. But to me, that was worth the price. Shout out to my friend LifeBricks for hooking me up with this cape. But yeah, this definitely improves the figure. I don't know why LEGO didn't include it. Anywho, there isn't really much else to say about this figure, so let's move on to the other fun bits included. Alright, so taking a glance at the instructions, you just have a rendition of the build with a QR code if you want to build the set digitally or get some free insider's points. Flipping open the first few pages, it just tells you about the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, and then just open up bag 1 and begin. You start off with Vizsla as your first minifigure, as well as the progress bar. I thoroughly enjoyed this build. Like I said, issues about the minifigures and just the width, length, size of the build overall. But yeah, flipping all the way to the back, just kind of shows you the mechanism for that little door airlock thing. Tells you where to store the studs, and boom, you got yourself a complete model. And then it tells you can combine it with the battle pack as I showed off earlier. And there's advertisements for other beginning of fall Star Wars sets. Parts listing that goes on for 2 pages, and then just a win at the back. As for extra pieces, this is what I got with my copy of this set. Overall, for a $50 Canadian set, it's okay. I mean, the figures, we talked about how they're all right for this set. Could have been better. I mean, what else is new with LEGO Star Wars? But yeah, I really do wish that this build had like some more width to it, just to have more storage space for the minifigures, as well as that extra Praetorian guard. That would have been so nice to have, and it sucks you have to buy an overpriced advent calendar or just go on Bricklink to get it. Like, it's annoying. I do like the option that it can connect to the battle pack. It kind of adds more value both to the battle pack and this set, one way or the other. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Kind of encourages you to build more with the battle packs than just throwing it in your parts bin. But I mean, honestly, this screams clearance set, because like, it's not all that appealing as a build. Again, you're buying it for the figures, like Vizsla, and then this guy. Like, these guys are cool, but yeah. Let's be honest here. You're getting it on clearance. So, yeah, pick that up on clearance if you're at all interested in this set. Same goes for the battle pack, I guess. But, yeah, I think that pretty much concludes my thoughts on this set for this review. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say, what you think about this set. So leave a comment down below. If you did enjoy this review, make sure to hit that like button, as well as subscribe and that bell notification. That way you're notified for future LEGO reviews. Anyways, guys, that concludes today's video. Again, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see you all in a future video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.